Hello everyone, it is Mrs. Red here from Mrs. Red's, and today we're having a look at what is inside the August 19 Red's Art Cart. Now, everything here is what is inside the box. I will admit that I am doing this video after I have sent all the carts out, and I didn't have any spares this month, so what I've got to show you is actually what I've used. So in regards to the kneadable eraser, it's not in its nice packaging because that's the one that I've been using. So the idea behind the August art cart is actually a bit of a challenging subject. I think it will be a challenging subject for most of you. It's actually the intention behind it, and the materials that are in the cart are for more so a life drawing or still life sketching that's included. Actually, I haven't included in here the sample papers, which I'll show you soon anyway. In regards to the cart, actually I'll just slip some in there. Here we go. There's some of the sample papers that everyone's receiving. So to dissect the cart, we'll start with the pencil. So the pencil that you've received is a Pitt Pastel, a Faber-Castell Pitt Pastel. These are a pastel pencil. Fantastic for life drawing because you can just use the end of it and be very, very loose with your sketching. In regards to this little container, they work perfectly with the with this little device here. So this is a mechanical pencil. However, if I take it out of the packaging there, it's a lovely timber. It's called the Ecologic. It's a mechanical pencil. These all come included with a graphite. I think it's a 2B that's in there. So when you do receive it and you open it, you'll find it looking like this. But then if you just tip it up gently with your hand there and thread through, you will actually have your 2B lead in there, 2B graphite. So again, that can be adjusted to any length, and it's really for that really loose sketching idea in there. Now these ones here do vary. You do get a bit more of a pastel and Conti range as well. You've got your white, which I believe is more a white graphite rather than a pastel. You've got a 4B graphite, and then I think the rest are all pastels. I think this other black one here could even be more charcoal-like. Now mine came with this little broken bit here, but hopefully everyone who is receiving them this month doesn't have one that is broken. Not a big thing though that if it's broken, because you only put so much into these little pencil holders anyway. And then of course you've got your kneadable eraser, which again is fantastic for being able just to sort of press it into a fine little point. These won't erase lines like a standard eraser will. They are more for dabbing and picking up graphite or charcoal off your drawing. Alright, so the idea behind this cart was to actually challenge you who are receiving the cart to see if you can get along to a life drawing session. Now for most of you, a tutored life drawing session would be better, and you want to find yourself some large sheets of butcher's paper and possibly some large sheets of cartridge paper as well to take along, and hopefully they've got easels there that you can prop your paper onto. The paper that everyone is receiving in this month's cart, which is called the Murano, I think it's a 160 GSM. So it's not too flimsy, but it's not sort of like that thick cardboard like as well. It is a textured surface. It is perfect for graphite, charcoal and pastel, and the kneadable eraser works really well with it as well. Unfortunately, because of the size of the box, I have had to cut it down and give everyone smaller sheets. So the sheets that I'm showing here are the sheets that everyone is getting, but this has been cut down, I think, into 8 pieces. So the sheets actually are quite large. Actually, they're 65 by 50, and I do sell them in the art shop. I haven't listed them on the info card that you receive with a price, because you have to buy a sheet of it rather than a piece this size. So I would not be expecting anyone to be taking this to a life drawing class and doing a full figure drawing on such a small sheet. However, I just wanted to include it because a larger sheet is more suitable for a life drawing session. And I know that I am challenging people in regards to doing a life drawing session, but it is thoroughly enjoyable. Even if your proportions are completely out of whack, it is so good for the mind to be able to just relax, look at the figure in a more like shapes rather than actual limbs as such, and just have a go. Now, in regards to the example, which is a picture of my hand, there we go. No nails have broken since this drawing, so it's all fairly accurate. In regards to this drawing, I will confess that I did cheat. So the actual original drawing is here. So for one, that size is twice the size of the sample pieces of paper that everyone is receiving. So you can see there, if I just, it's half the size, so it's there. So that's the first thing. That drawing has been done sort of a little bit larger than life size, obviously. But one thing that I did do, and it was more so a timing thing. As a few of you know, I have had to have surgery this month, and it was just a timing thing. So I took a photograph of my hand in that position, and here is the photocopy here. So I have printed it out in black and white. Now the reason I printed it out in black and white is because I wanted to get those shadings, and that is where I've cheated. But saying that, it's not really cheating, it's time saving, and it's easier to be able to get your shadow areas rather than real life for the purpose of the exercise. So more than welcome to give that a go. If you don't have a local life drawing class in your area, or B, you either feel a bit nervous about going, or time-wise it just doesn't add up. I would have a go at starting to draw your own hand, maybe your own foot. Look up life drawing or drawing of hands online and get some inspiration for things like that, and just have a go. And also, you've got your pets when they're hopefully asleep, because that's when they usually don't move so much. Your partners, your children, get them to sit for you for 5 minutes. They obviously don't have to be with no clothes on. They can be clothed, and you can just have a go on larger sheets of paper with this pen and the range of graphites and pastels that you've got, and have a loose sketch go. Like I said, this cart is a little bit challenging in regards to, I want to see if people can get out there and do a little bit of life drawing. So no still lives as such, it's life drawing. That's the intention of this cart. And of course, every month I put this little card into the carts, and that is mainly to say once you've done a drawing and you want to flick it onto social media, just add that little card in there into your photo, just so that it can give a little bit of attention to where the materials have come from. Instagram and Facebook. I am on Twitter as well, but I never check that account. So have a go of that, and hashtag, it's all written on the back of your info card anyway, down the bottom there. And enjoy, and I'd like to see some examples. I received one of these a few years ago, and went to a life drawing class probably the week after I received it. And it was the best. I've done a lot of life drawing, a lot, because of studying art and design when I was in my 20s. And I really, really enjoyed being able to use this, not get a messy hand, and be able to change the graphites and the pastels in there. And I thought, and everyone's getting a different colour in one of these as well. And I haven't used one of these as such, but I just think because it kind of flows with this, and I wanted to add one colour as well. Some of you are getting, I don't have one here, but some of you are getting like some dark papers. There's a dark blue, and that purple is quite dark as well. So the white will look really nice on that. Give it a go, have some fun, don't overthink it. Don't be scared, and don't feel that you have to create a masterpiece straight away. Like I just mentioned, I have done a lot of life drawing in my years. Love it. Don't do enough of it. Need to get back into it. Might even try it this month and photograph what I have done. We'll see. I'll set myself a challenge. All right, thank you for that. And just remember to go to the website mrsreds.com.au for subscriptions, art supplies, and the newly listed art events, which is international artists coming out to Australia to do workshops. I've got Donna Downey coming out in September this year, coming to Adelaide, and then Elizabeth St. Hilaire coming out in March next year, doing Adelaide and Gold Coast at this stage. So have a look at that on the website as well. Thank you, and hopefully I shall see some of your work on social media. Enjoy.